Nicki Minaj's free-range Hooter should be viewed as a protest against the wearing of bras, which have been shown as a proponent of breast cancer. The boob is fine. It's a part of your body. We shouldn't be shaming you for showing it off. If you have good body parts, then you should be allowed to show them off. She was wearing a pasty. She was practically wearing a burqa. What up, a-holes? Last weekend, Nicki Minaj got in some hot water because she bared her sweet voluptuous titty at Paris Fashion Week while sitting in the front row of the Hooter Ackerman show. And of course, there's a public outrage. There has to be. If a high-profile celebrity shows off her bare naked titty, people have to make a big deal about it. Never mind the ongoing attacks in Yemen where innocent civilians are murdered every single day, or the true dietary causes of the obesity epidemic, or the failing education system. No, I gotta know that Nicki Minaj showed off her sweet, voluptuous titty during a fashion show. Never mind the fact that the models also have their titties out, or that Nicki's titty was way more fashionable than whatever this is. I guess because it was Nicki Minaj, it was a big deal. You know, because she's a big rap star and we hold them to a higher standard. But thank God someone called Nicki out on her hijinks, because what will the children think? She's their role model. Who's gonna teach these kids how to act in public? Surely we don't expect the parents to do that. They got no time for that. What with work, and happy hours, and brunch, and birthday weeks. But I admire Nicki for showing her bare titty, and I think as a society, we should be more tolerant of women letting their ladies hang free. The boob is fine. It's a part of your body. We shouldn't be shaming you for showing it off, especially if it's a great titty like Nicki Minaj's titty is a great titty. No girl covers up her titties if she's ashamed of her titties. Trust me, I look. If you have good body parts, then you should be allowed to show them off. If I had big quads, I'd wear short shorts. Not to mention, she was just sitting there watching a fashion show. She wasn't running around, or jumping up and down, or putting them on the glass. The titty was at rest. It's just sitting there like, what did I do? But even more importantly, Nicki Minaj's free-range Hooter should be viewed as a protest against the wearing of bras, which have been shown as a proponent of breast cancer. Especially bras with metal underwiring, or that fit too tight, or are hard to get off. Come on, ladies! This idea was first formulated by Sidney Ross Singer and Soma Grismeyer, a husband and wife medical anthropologist team that wrote a book in the early 90s called Dressed to Kill, where they revealed that women who wear bras over 12 hours a day have a dramatically increased chance of getting breast cancer over women who don't wear bras at all. In fact, bra-free women have about the same chances of getting breast cancer as men. And this is about 100 times less than women who wear bras between 18 and 24 hours a day. The idea is that the bra can reduce flow from within the lymphatic system, reducing its ability to rid the body of toxins and fluids which can accumulate in the breast tissue, which can lead to fluid accumulation, cysts, pain, and tenderness. The fluid congestion within the tissue is called lymphedema. It's the lymphatic system's job to drain us of all the harmful carcinogens that we take in throughout the day in our air, our food, our water. Things like pesticides, herbicides, heavy metals, and other toxins that we're exposed to in our petrochemically polluted world. And it's the constriction of the bra that prevents women from having their lymphatic systems work properly. This claim has been backed up by many different articles and studies, one of which being by a doctor named Michael Schechter, who in his article, The Prevention and Complementary Treatment of Breast Cancer, states that over 85% of the lymph fluid flowing from the breast drains to the armpit lymph nodes. Most of the rest drains to the nodes along the breast cancer bone. Bras and other external tight clothing can impede flow. The nature of the bra, the tightness, and the length of time worn will all influence the degree of blockage of lymphatic drainage. Thus, wearing a bra might contribute to the development of breast cancer as a result of cutting off lymphatic drainage so that toxic chemicals are trapped in the breast. And there's another quote here from Dr. John McDougall, who actually talks about this in his book, The McDougall Program for a Healthy Heart. After repeated bouts of inflammation, the breast develops scar tissue in many places, and some of the milk ducts become plugged, forming cysts. Fibrocystic breast disease, not surprisingly, is associated with a higher risk of breast cancer. Now, on another note, there was a group of Japanese researchers who studied the production of melatonin in use of bra-wearing women, and they state that bras can limit the amount of melatonin produced in a woman's body by up to 60%. And in studies done by the American National Cancer Institute and the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences, limiting the production of melatonin can ultimately lead to cancer in the body. But don't tell this to the Susan G Koman Foundation, who have denounced any link between bras and cancer. But to be fair, they've also denounced any link between cancer and PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, or pesticides. To quote Susan G Koman, "Scientific evidence does not support a link between wearing an underwire bra or any bra and breast cancer risk." Also, don't try to tell this to anyone from the American Cancer Institute, who have also denounced any link between bras and cancer. Coincidentally, their biggest donors include Kohl's and Fruit of the Loom, two giant women's undergarment retailers. Now, maybe some of you might think like, hey, Eric, you're being kind of a drama queen about this. Maybe Nicki Minaj didn't intend this. Well, Nicki Minaj has actually been tied to breast cancer awareness herself. 2 years ago, she actually donated proceeds from the sales of her mixed Moscato and Sangria drinks to fund breast cancer awareness. Now, never mind the irony that alcohol consumption can lead to cancer growth. Let's just assume she knows what she's doing. But most importantly, let's not forget that her nipple was covered by a pasty. Jesus, she might as well have been wearing a burqa. You guys, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to hit the subscribe button right down here in the bottom corner. Check out the other videos on the channel just to the side here. Keep your eyes peeled for these coming out twice a week. And most importantly, go outside and do something with your life. I love you, a-holes. Holistic out.